Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Oh, Moo's awake. Oh, hi baby. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a proper update for Koa's vet visit. I did do a live stream update the day of the vet visit, but I wanted to do a proper one for you guys, for anyone who missed the update on the live stream. So as you guys know, Koa is a rescue turtle who's 37 years old that my sister and I pulled from a local reptile shop that was abandoned about 3 weeks ago. If you're not familiar with the story, I will leave a link for the video down below. But we had his first vet visit Saturday, and overall it went as good as can be expected. So we just got out of the vet with the turtle. He gave us a cream. It's basically, apparently, the turtle's tail, due to lack of nutrition and things, it's kind of gone a little bit necrotic. So unfortunately, it is a male and he has lost a little bit of his tail. That's why it was hard to tell whether it was a male or a female. And then of course I'll put a picture in of his tail, what it looked like day one. You can see it was extremely like shriveled up, and that was obviously a little bit of the necrotic that he was talking about. We got cream to kind of get a handle on that. This is kind of like an antibiotic. The vet did say that he is in really bad shape, which is what we already knew. He really didn't tell us anything we didn't already know, but his 2 tips for going forward were to keep going, to not give up, and to not get discouraged, and then to also continue to take before and after pictures. That he does want us to take pictures so that we can kind of document the progress, and that it was going to take a really long time. He said overall, surprisingly enough, he's surprised the turtle is alive after 37 years of neglect. So at this point, it's just basically trying to get his nourishment up. We're trying to get his skin, dried skin and everything, to kind of clear up, get him nourished, get him hydrated, which he did pee on the doctor, so that does show that he is hydrated. So we're just going to be working on his nutrition, his skin, getting him to go to the bathroom, and then obviously we're going to be putting cream on his tail. Doctor was pretty nice. He was very blunt due to Koa's circumstances of the malnourishment and his shell deformities and things. He was very blunt with us and kind of told us like it was, you know, that Koa is in a rough place. However, he is hopeful that we can pull Koa out of that with proper care, nutrition, and husbandry, so we're really hopeful. As soon as the vet saw him, my sister and I got a little worried because he was pretty much speechless. Just looking at Koa, it really does kind of take you back. But my sister and I were really relieved to find out that Koa is not so bad off that he would have to be euthanized. So we were really relieved to hear that. When the vet was actually examining his tail, the tip of it was actually scabbed over, and he just pulled it right off. It was kind of odd, and I didn't realize that Koa's tail was that bad. I knew that it was dehydrated and kind of shriveled up whenever we very first got him, and I have photos of that. He is hopeful that we are going to be able to save the rest of Koa's tail, that it's not going to be too severe as long as we keep the antibiotic on him. My sister does have Koa all of this week, so I am very hopeful that she will get that healed up, and then of course next week when I get him back, I will also continue the treatment, so I'm not worried about that. I did also ask the vet if he would mind trimming Koa's beak and nails. However, because of everything that Koa has been under and all the stress of his first week in a new home, he decided not to trim Koa's beak. I really wish he would have, just to kind of get it all over in one shot, but so we're going to be going back in maybe a couple months to possibly get his beak trimmed. However, the vet was nice enough to do his nails at this visit, so that if his nails are giving him any discomfort whenever he's crawling around and digging and going outside, that will be eliminated. So luckily his nails are down to a proper size now, and we're so happy. So we did not end up getting an x-ray of Koa's bone structure underneath his carapace, but that was because the exam is pretty expensive, and because Koa moves pretty fluidly, even though he is a little bit wobbly on his feet, I believed it was more because of his nails rather than a bone problem. He is doing okay. Koa is eating very well. Unfortunately, he is not eating veggies, which is another thing that the doctor was encouraging us to get him to do. He kind of explained it as, if you give a kid cake or ice cream for their whole life, why would they ever want to go back to eating vegetables? It's kind of the same principle with turtles and tortoises. Turtles and tortoises can be very set in their ways, especially if it's a learned habit like that of just eating worms or pellets or whatever. We are currently struggling with getting him to eat vegetables and fruits. He is eating berries, however, so we are hopeful that we will slowly be able to implement more vegetables, but he's just not taking it right now. We are really hopeful that he will make a full recovery, although his shell will never be the same. His skin, it's very thin and very dry, and so that definitely needs to be hydrated. He needs to put on weight. We're hoping to obviously get that little necrotic tail fixed with this antibiotic and hopefully heal that over. The doctor also raised his concern for hibernating Koa. He suggested that my sister and I do Koa's first hibernation in about 3 months from now. I did did share my concern with the doctor on that, and he had a very kind of grim, so-so attitude about it. Basically, in a nutshell, what he said was, well, yes, there's a very real chance that he won't wake up from this hibernation because he is so malnourished. But if he doesn't wake up, then he doesn't wake up. And that wasn't good enough for my sister and I. We feel very strongly about keeping Koa alive and healthy. So I know that the doctor has kind of a bleak attitude on a turtle that's 37 years old and is in the condition that he is. He kind of takes it as a lost cause, but my sister and I don't feel that way, and I asked the doctor if we could possibly hibernate him in a year or two or something once he's had time to kind of recover from all the metabolic damage and everything, and he said that that would be a possibility, but he really wants us to do it in a few months. My sister and I obviously disagree. I just don't feel that with the knowledge that I have of hibernating, just from what I've studied and read, having never done it to a turtle or tortoise in real life, I just feel that that's a very risky thing to do. It's a very scary thing to do. Even professional breeders lose turtles when doing forced hibernations like that. So it's a very risky thing, and with Koa being so malnourished and only having been on the mend for now a couple weeks, and my sister and I agreed that's just too big of a risk for us. Another thing that I want to mention the doctor did say is that because Koa's shell and everything is like 2 times smaller than it's supposed to be for him, he has a lot of exposed skin, especially in his limbs and arms and legs and things. He can't tuck into his shell like a normal box turtle. So because of this, unfortunately, Koa will never be able to be an outside turtle. He is susceptible to sunburn. We just want to let you guys know that we already kind of thought that that would be a problem because of all the damage that's been done to him, but we just want to make it clear that Koa is a special needs turtle. He will never be able to live outside, free or in captivity. He will never be able to just be in a huge garden, you know, turtle bed. So we can take Koa out every day, which we already do, for anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. Sometimes a little more if it's not too sunny of a day. So knowing now that he is susceptible to sunburn, we have to make sure to watch that. And that's just another thing that, you know, is specific to Koa. If he were a normal box turtle, we obviously wouldn't have to worry about this. So exciting news, my sister and I have matching 40-gallon breeders for Koa. I just got mine a couple days ago, but my sister's had hers for about a week. We did set it up and Koa is in that, and he absolutely loves it. He has so much room to walk around and roam. He absolutely loves it. I will be filming setting up mine for Koa in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that video. It does seem to be perfectly big enough for him, especially since he is special needs and does not get around too great. So we are very, very pleased. This was honestly the biggest aquarium that my sister and I could afford for Koa at this time. We did look at bigger aquariums. I looked at square inches on the 55-gallon and even bigger. However, not only could we not afford them, but also nothing can beat the 40-gallon breeder on square inches. It is the biggest floor space aquarium that is within our budget, and I just swear by them. I absolutely love 40-gallon breeders. You guys know this by now. But that is pretty much it for this update on Koa, guys. His vet visit went well. Just know that we're working on his tail, which I will update you guys in the future. I'm not going to do too many of these kinds of updates, but I will definitely keep you guys in the loop on his care and how it's going with his diet, getting him to eat veggies. But thank you guys so much for being so supportive with Koa. You guys have been messaging me and commenting, and everyone who donated on his GoFundMe. We just appreciate it so much. All the support, it's so wonderful. Koa is such a sweet turtle, and we are so grateful to be able to give him a home and hopefully turn his life around for the better. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Be kind. Bye.